Hey, crazy friends.
Hey guys.
It's Jay and Francis with Find It Crazy. We're a family of 9 who love to prioritize faith, family, and fun in everything that we do. So if you've been following along with us, you know that we have transitioned from out of our RV and full-time RV life into a sticks and bricks house. And this week, as promised, we want to share with you a tour of the house. So we do want to give you a tour of this house. Now, this is not a giant house, but when you are in 300 square feet for 2 years, it's ginormous. Everybody is loving it, having the extra space. But we don't want to just share with you the house. We want to also share with you a little bit the story of how we got the house, because it's a pretty amazing God story.
It really is. So we have been going back and forth. We were staying kind of in a snowbird rate at a local campground. And so we had been really just going back and forth over are we supposed to stay? Are we supposed to go? Should we go part-time and then come back here? Should we base out of here instead of Marietta? Just do small trips over around the East Coast. We just couldn't land on what we were supposed to do. And that was getting really hard for both of us. And it was getting really hard for our kids. And we spoke last week about just the challenge of sitting still when you've been traveling full time in an RV. That is super fun, super adventurous, and wonderful. But when you're used to traveling all the time and then you begin to get stationary, you're not used to that, and you're such a big family in such a small space. It was just getting really, really tough. And so then you add in all of the mental gymnastics of trying to figure out where are we supposed to be, because the thing is, in this area, everything goes sky high in the summer. So we had kind of an eviction date, which was May 31st, before the rates went crazy. And there's no monthly rates. They go to over $100 and something a night. And so we knew staying here in the RV was not an option. There wasn't an option for that. And so we just didn't know where we should land. And so we began to look around and say, well, let's just see what our options are. Let's just call around. Let's see what we can get here, what's available, and what are the prices. And so we began kind of that journey, just dipping our feet into what it would look like if we stayed here. There were some other health challenges that had come up that really made us think we probably just need to kind of hang here for a little while. So we began looking at that. And first we looked at some apartments that were actually in this very neighborhood.
Yeah, we started looking centering from my parents' house, because we're if we're going to be here to support them, then it makes sense to be as close to them as possible, because that would allow us to give us the most support, and it take the least from our family, because where we've been staying, our campground's 35 minutes away.
With traffic, it's
great.
Worse.
Just a trip over to their house to see them one afternoon cost us an hour and 10 minutes, and that we realized we didn't want to eat up that many hours of our week just driving back and forth. So we started kind of centered on where their house is at.
Because also, a lot of the sports that we've been doing and the churches we've been visiting are also in this area. They're not over where we were. And so it seemed like our whole life that we had built kind of here over the past few months was sourcing out of this area. So it was also just nice because we wanted to be closer. We were running up and down the road all the time. And with gas prices, that was getting to be crazy. It was really crazy. So we looked at some apartments. We even went over there one day. We dropped the kids off at Jay's parents, and we just went right down the road. We thought, you know what? They had 2 available. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, was still an apartment with boys and dogs and all of that. But we thought, hey, it's right in this neighborhood. It looks perfect. So we just began to kind of put that in our mind, and we said, you know what? Let's just try to figure out if this can work out. So we crunched some numbers. We got, there was a couple other things that came up, a couple of some emergencies that kind of ended up happening with family and things like that. And we just said, we just need to work on this. We just need to move on this. So I called back to the apartment, and the 2 that were available just 2 days before
We're gone.
were gone. They were gone. And boy, we were disappointed because we felt like this was the perfect place. This is a beautiful neighborhood. We were close to them. And we thought, we don't even know what to do with that. And that was like really frustrating. And it was really sad. And we thought, well, we don't even know what to do or to look at. And so we ended up, I ended up looking online, and I actually found this house that was for rent a couple of days prior when we were looking at the apartments. I had called about it, and they said to us, no, you know what, there is no dogs allowed. We have 2 dogs. Then that was it. Check that one off the list. We can't live there. They also said that they needed some extra things for verifiable income and all these different things. We've lived very nomadic.
Right. We don't have any verifiable income. We don't have any residence. I mean, we've been nomads for 2
We
years.
don't look really good on paper.
So a lot of the things that they wanted, we just weren't going to be able to provide.
We weren't.
And so there was like 3 X's. Nope. Right,
it was just that, and so we thought, okay, and it was actually this house we looked at, but it was just a no, a hard no from the lady that I called. So we thought, well, you know what? We're supposed to go back to Marietta for 3 weeks. We're going back for Easter. Let's just go. We just can't worry about it. We can't even look at anything. Obviously, things are going within days. We'll just go. We'll just think about it, and then we'll come back. And when we're here, we'll make a decision. And so, really, the night before that we were 2 days before we were supposed to leave for Marietta, I get a phone call at about 8:00 at night. It was the agent who was in charge of this property. Seems I had talked to someone in the office who didn't know all the ins and outs of the property. And she said, hey, have you found a place to rent yet? And I said, no, this was not going to work for us. And she said, tell me why. And so we told her the reason. So she said, well, number one, dogs are allowed. We've worked that out with the HOA. It's fine. Don't worry about it. 2 dogs is what you can have, and 2 dogs is what we have. And then she said, what else? And I said, well, we've lived like in an RV for a while. We don't have all these things. And she said, let me give the owner a call. Give me about 15 minutes. Let me see what I can work out. So within 15 minutes, she called us back. She said, don't worry about it. We worked it all out. There was no problem. She said, Jay said, well, we need to come look at it. And so the next morning at 8:45, we were here looking at it. By that evening, we had the moving truck. We had already signed the lease. Money had changed hands to secure this property. And we now were leaving to go back to Marietta, not just to have Easter and visit our girls, but to move all of our stuff out. So literally, all of this happened within one 24-hour period.
Crazy.
It went from a hard no to an absolute yes. And this is the only home, even now, that is for rent in this neighborhood. The only home. And so I've been encouraging people that it's really discouraging sometimes when you get a no. We're experiencing that in many areas of our life, right? You just get a no. But we're experiencing also the other side to realize, had we gotten what we thought we wanted, which was an apartment, we would have missed the blessing that God had for us. And so we're trying to remind ourselves as we're looking for a job and things that we're knocking on doors, that sometimes that no is really a yes to something greater. Yes, it's a no to that, but man, we now have room and a yard.
Yeah, everything we thought was great about the apartment, that it was close, that it was in our budget, that we could get the lease that we needed, everything about it is improved here in the house. Like we're paying less rent here than we would have for the apartment when you add in all the extra fees and stuff. We have more space. We have our own dedicated space. We're actually closer to our parents, which is crazy because the apartment was super close, but this is crazy close, like walking distance close.
Less than half a mile.
So everything that we thought was done, we were so disappointed. We got that and more, and God just dropped it in our lap.
He really did. And this house has solar panels. So we have like 27 solar panels. So even our bills are going to be lower and less. And so, we're just reminding ourselves, and we would remind you as well that, sometimes that no is really hard to get, but we're really reminding ourselves that it's a greater yes that's coming. And this has definitely been a greater yes.
So now the tour, but before you do the tour, let me just tell you that my wife is crazy. So we're going to show you the tour and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, they've been there for like 3 months. No, we've been here like 2.5 weeks now. But my wife is crazy. So when we get here, we unpack and set up and put stuff up on the walls and have it looking like it looks like you're going to see it right now within 48 hours of unloading the moving truck. So other than a couple,
but that's always been the way. It is not just here. I've always
so just
been
realize
a packer.
that this isn't like some big time lapse. This is the way it looked literally within about 24 hours of us getting all of our stuff here. So let's go on with the tour. y'all doing in here?
Get their beds ready. They go up.
What you doing, Scott? Cleaning?
Yeah.
Getting them ready. They're a little funky after being in storage for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens. Hey, well, back to work, Cinderella. Hey, Joe, hey, what you doing? Making your bunk bed? No way, you're making your own bunk bed? That's like child slave labor, Joe. I can't believe they're making you put together your own bunk bed. Good job.
So I'm going to give you a tour of the house. We're going to kind of do a walkthrough so you can see a little bit of how it looks. And so just come on with me. All right, so here is the entranceway coming in off the front door. And we had a dresser here that didn't fit anywhere else, but it had lots of great drawers, and I love the look of it. And so we decided to use it right here because it fit perfectly, and we are able to keep shoes and some tools and the things to walk our dogs, leashes, and all of that. We're able to keep in each one of these drawers, and so that way it keeps the entranceway nice and neat, and there aren't shoes strewn everywhere. And then we decided to hang my dad is an artist, and so I've loved this picture because I love sunflowers, and we decided to put that above it just because I love to have his art out around, and so I love that. The other thing that I really, really, really love is this right here, and so I'm going to try to back up. So this is the other side of the entranceway, and this has all of the pictures from my oldest daughter's wedding. And so you'll see throughout the house that my best art is my children. I have just pictures of them everywhere. And so we've really loved just being welcome into the reminder that love never fails. And I love the archways, and it's a really big entranceway that comes into the house. And then both kids' sets of bedrooms are on this side over here. So I'm going to show you that. So you come around this corner, this is the guest bath. So we only have 2 bathrooms. So this is the kids' bathroom, but it's also the bathroom for guests. Wish we had a half bath, but we don't. And so this is the girls' room. This color came with the house, and I love it. It's the most beautiful green. I just love it. It's like a really soft green. And so we put bunk beds in here, and then a trundle up underneath so all 3 girls can stay in here. And then that way they have just a whole entire girls' room, which they're loving right now. And so I love the big window. They get all the morning sun, so they get woken up really early. But we just have enjoyed this. Sky picked out this beautiful bedspread. This is what she wanted, was a garden theme in here, and it really, really is beautiful. She did a great job. And then we have Barbie houses and a big wardrobe that houses a TV with a DVD player because the twins love to watch DVDs of their favorite Disney characters and all of that. So we have that here. And then just a little area to get ready. And then they have a large double doored closet. And we'll talk to you a little bit more on a Tip Tuesday about this situation right here, which I love. So that keeps their closet nice and organized. So that's the girls' room. And again, this is the guest bath. So we had all of this, most of this from our other house. So we just did kind of a nautical theme because that's what we had before. And that worked really well. And then the boys' room is right across. And they decided to do NFL. So that's what they agree on. They love football. So again, it's the same color green. We have some awesome, really neat football prints that I have loved. And then these are their favorite quarterbacks from their favorite teams. And then they also have a bunk bed and that they have here as well. And so that works out really well for them. They have a dresser, and then they have a double closet as well. And we just stored, again, I'll be talking about these on a Tip Tuesday, but just stored a lot of their toys. And the beautiful thing about living minimally for so long is that you really do love to keep things simple and things streamlined. And so as you come in, we have just a little bit more. They have like a little inset here. This was actually here when we got here, and I loved these little words. It's so beautiful. And so we have the journey of our family. So this is Jay and I, we got married. This is us with our daughters. I know the glare's bad, I'm sorry. This was us in our first family picture with Joseph being little, and oh my goodness, that's so cute. And then this is us with the twins. So I'm sorry about the glare, but so it's just the journey of our family as it has grown. So off the entranceway to the other side is the door to the garage. And the reason I'm showing you this is because we have lived so tiny, extreme tiny for the past 2 years that our kids have missed things like a craft table here. So we've set up this entire area for crafts. And so they've got all kinds of crafty materials. Beyblades was something that they couldn't really get out very often. It was really loud and things like that. Then over here, we just have another desk. It's got like light brights and other big things. And then this is for Legos, so that they can build something and keep it out. And then there's a keyboard, and this is just all the other pictures that we have that didn't go in our house. I thought that was a really great idea. He just put it up in the garage so that they don't get messed up. So we also let them have their Nerf guns out here, and they ribstick. If you know what that is, it's like a surfboard, skateboard kind of thing. And so this area we have designated for them. We don't park in there. Our cars are far too large and too tall and too wide. So I've loved this because this gives them the opportunity just to have a huge area to play and to make messes and crafts and glue and paint and Legos, all the things that we're not really conducive to in RV life. We've loved having space for the kids to make noise, to be loud, to get energy out. And so this is an extra space that we have for the kids. And then you walk around the corner and there's just the big open room. So we didn't have a sofa. We sold our sofa. And so because this is a rental house, we decided just to go with a sofa from the Restore. So Habitat Humanity has furniture, and it is for a great cause. So if you have one of those in your area, it's a great place to get used furniture, but also give to building houses for people in need and neighborhoods in need. So we just did get something. It isn't exactly my favorite, but it's big and it fits all of us. It has an ottoman like ours in the camper that comes out for movie nights. It has a recliner right there. And we also got the side tables there too. So because we didn't have any furniture, we decided to get something just like this so that when we get our house, we aren't stuck with a very expensive couch or a set that we can't use in the next home that we decide to purchase. So we did just get something. So that's a really good tip. If you just need something really short term, go for something used. And then that way, if you can't use it in your next house, you're not out a lot of money. All right. And then this is the other part of that room. So this is just a huge room. This is probably my favorite part of the entire house. So we have a really huge farm table, and it came with a bench. Actually was made for us. And so I didn't have room for the bench and didn't need it. So we decided to have a little bit more seating right here. And then I have done collages of all of the places that we have been. So these are all of the national parks. These are the states we've been to. These are our favorite places, national monuments, just fun, Route 66 and Key West and all of that. And then we put more over here. A total, there are 60 pictures in these collages. I got the collages and made them on Walgreens, and I was able to get them just for few dollars each. It was such a great thing, but such a piece of our history together and just all the things that we want to keep around us. So our travels still travel with us, and they're still here. So I really love that. And that's probably my favorite part of the whole house. Okay. And then over here, this came with the house. I'm not really sure. It's kind of a faux fireplace without a fireplace. I don't really know, but that's there. And then you come around, and then this is the kitchen. So it's one huge room. And that's our farm table. So someone at our church made us that farm table just for a gift. We were surprised with it, and it fit our entire family. It is absolutely beautiful. It is such a treasure to be given something that was handmade by people that we love. And so we have our chairs right now, and then the bench can also sit on one of the sides for extra seating if we need that instead of the chairs. I love all the natural light. You can see there are multiple, almost floor to ceiling windows, and I love them so much. And this is the kitchen. So here's the kitchen. So we have a great island where we can bring the kids up here. We do a lot of school here, so that we can all be around this really great space for us to do all of our schoolwork. And then, so this is the kitchen. We have so many wonderful cabinets. I don't even really know what to do with all of it. It's so wonderful. And then in here we have our laundry room, which I love. I will say I love having a dishwasher. Here's just the real deal of all the, laundry and stuff like that. But I love having a place where we can do all of our laundry, because for so long it has been in a laundromat. And so that has been fantastic to be able to do that. Even more so than a dishwasher, I have loved having these guys right here. They're like my best friends. So this is the main living area. And then I think we have some people outside, but you open this door off the dining room, and then this is our screened-in porch, which we sit on all the time. There's our dogs. Oh, and the girls are out here. Hello, girls. What you doing?
Playing with new Play-Doh.
Oh, playing with the new Play-Doh. Fun, huh? All right, so this is our porch, and we have the girls' play kitchen out here and our Blackstone from the camper, and we just have a very small yard, but we are so thankful for it, and we love sitting out. I had a big screen porch at my old house, and I have missed it so much, so it is wonderful to have this area just to sit in and to relax. Jay and I love being here, and the boys play football outside, and the kids enjoy doing bubbles, so we've really enjoyed, even though it's a small yard, we really do like having a yard, even though the great outdoors was our yard. So I'm going to take you into the bedroom in just a second. All right, so this is the bedroom. So it's on the other side of the house. So there's a separation between, and the living room and the dining room are in between that. And so we love having a nice size master bedroom. It's not too big, it's not too small. We've just used all the things that we had in our last house. So all of this mainly that you see, except for the new couch and a couple of new comforters, are all things that we had in our old house. We're just trying to do what we can with what we have. And then, as we move on to another home, then we will see what will work there. And so, but we do love having a great size master bedroom, and I love the barn door, so that was a lot of fun, and that goes into a nice size bathroom with a big garden tub, and another barn door that goes into our closet, and then that's where the washroom is, and then we have a double sink. And so that is pretty much it. That is our home. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed our tour of our rental house. So this is not our forever home. This is our for right now home. But we are so thankful for it, and we're so thankful that you've come. And though we can't have a housewarming party, invite you over for dinner, we're glad that you could come with us for just a few minutes. And we just hope that you'll continue to on our journey as we begin to set our new life in our new area and have some crazy fun with our crazy family.
So for those of you that are our consistent viewers, just remember, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, over the next several, 2 months, it's going to get kind of crazy here on the channel, because we're going to be kind of skipping around from some stuff that we did here in Myrtle Beach the 3 months or so before we actually moved in here, to stuff that we did like a year and a half ago that we didn't get done but we want to family vlog it for our family files. And so it's going to get a little crazy, but we'll try to intro every video and just let you know where we're at. And it's all just fun and faith and family anyway, so who cares about the timeline? So until next time, go out and have some crazy fun with your crazy family. See you
Bye, guys.